And then Legolas said, right, listen, I will climb up to the cell and get Laura, and you and the others will find another way in. Then Strider said, all right. And then Legolas started to climb up. Meanwhile, Strider and the others ran into Mondor and went into the castle. Gandalf said, I will go and kill the Dark Lord, and you and the others go and help Legolas. Strider said, be careful. And then Gandalf said, I will, don't you worry about me. Meanwhile, Legolas got to the cell where Laura is. Legolas said, Laura, are you in there? And then Laura said, oh, Legolas, you finally came. And then Legolas said, are you all right? And then Laura said, no, I am not all right. And then Legolas said, they bet you up and raped you, and also the Dark Lord gave you the poison. And then Laura said, how did you know that? Then Legolas said, when I was your age, they did the same thing to me. Then Laura said, can you get me out of here? And then Legolas said, okay, stand back. And then he ran back and ran towards the door and knocked it down with practically no punctuation in there. God. Laura said, wow! And then Legolas looked and saw she was covered in blood and scars, and also she was naked. Why is there a quotation mark there? And then Legolas said, why, they did it to you, not me! Ugh. And then the orcs came and said, because she got a power and she can destroy us, all the bad guys. And then the fight began. Legolas got out his... You might as well not be here, you never say anything. Legolas got out his bow and arrows and started firing at them. Then Legolas saw some swords and said, Strider, is that you? And then Strider said, yes, it is! And then Legolas... apparently swords mean it's the good guys. What the fuck? And then Legolas and the others started to kill the orcs. Meanwhile, Gandalf is have a fun time trying to destroy the Dark Lord. And Gandalf said, I wish Frodo and Merry and Pippin and Sam was here. And then a sword came out of nowhere and said, someone wished us here. And then Gandalf turned and said, Frodo Baggins, what are you doing here? And then Frodo said, we all came to help you, and we also got rid of the ring.
I'm gay.
And then the Dark Lord said, oh no! And then the magical powers from Gandalf destroyed the Dark Lord. Meanwhile, Legolas and Strider and the others was helping Laura down, and Strider took off his cape and put it around Laura.
I bet Strider will manage all it.
A few hours later, Gandalf and the others are on the way back to the castle. Legolas said, we must go to Rivendell and get Laura better. Then Gandalf said, I think you are right. And then they turned around and went to Rivendell. Legolas looked down on Laura and put his hand onto Laura's head, and she was bruning up. Strider went aside of Legolas' horse and looked at and said, she is getting worse. And then Legolas said, I know.
Few hours later.
They were at Rivendell, and Legolas stayed at Laura's side every day until she wakes up, and then Legolas kissed Laura on her lips. And then she moved her arms around Legolas, and then Legolas said, are you all right? And then Laura said, yes, I am. Legolas said, I am so happy. And then Laura said, do you want to be my boyfriend?
Not coming.
And then Legolas said, yes, I will be your boyfriend. And then Laura and Legolas kissed again. Weren't they raised as siblings here?
Yes, they were.
That's disgusting.
And didn't Legolas find her in the woods? So she would be...
God, that is sick. Ah, Jesus Christ. It's making my legs go numb. It's so ridiculous. Laura said, what happened to me, Legolas? And then Legolas said, you got kidnapped by the orcs, and they raped you and also bet you almost to death, and then the Dark Lord gave you some poison. And then Laura said, why can I only move on arm? And then Legolas said, your left arm is broken. And then the door opened, and it was Strider. And then Laura said, hello, Strider. And then Strider said, I see you are awake. And then Laura... And that's the end? Holy fuck.
That was a really bad story.
That was ridiculous.
I could do better, and I'm 12.
Yes, you could. You could do better, and you are 12. Good God.
See you later.
The end.